So you guys know how on this show we talk a lot about how like Canadians tend to be very, very, very polite, right?
Yes.
That's like the stereotype of Canadians.
That's what they're known for.
Like syrup.
Yeah.
Maple syrup.
Very sweet people.
Sweet like their maple syrup.
Exactly.
Sweet, eh?
So I have a story here that just like I feel is just like the most Canadian thing that you can do as a Canadian person. So this woman, she was arrested and she spent several days in police custody. And after she was sent home, or like after she was released or whatever, she sent a homemade thank you card to her jailers.
Oh, shit.
And she even reviewed them and gave them a 4.5 stars.
On Yelp?
No, in the card.
Oh, okay.
Could they have done better?
That's true. So
And how many jails has she been in that this was a 4.5 compared to
exactly.
I was in Toronto, but hands down Vancouver, you guys are the shit, man. Toronto, they're fucked up.
Yeah.
Is it the Monties? Do they ride horses?
Not that I know of.
Or moose.
Oh, yeah, that could be good.
Mounties on a moose.
Yeah, not that I know of. But this is what the card looks like. Handmade, and it says, if for some reason our airplane was experiencing problems, I would help you with your oxygen mask before adjusting mine.
Wow.
That's what the cover says.
But that's not how it works, though. You're
Is she
supposed to
made?
protect yourself so you can
Yeah.
help the other
Yeah.
Because if you pass out,
So she's irresponsible.
She handmade it.
And then on the inside, it looks like this, and then I'll read it. Oh, well, the part to the card it says, and that's against Sky Code. That's
She
what
knows.
the little thing
That's
says.
good.
But then her handwritten part says, I was nervous about staying with you guys during my trip to the island, but I wanted to let you know that I appreciated how helpful and kind everyone was, especially the 4 jailers who do a tough job and are often underappreciated by the people in their care.
Aw.
You make a difference. Heart. And then it says West Shore RCMP, which is the jail. And then it says, thank you for your care and kindness while I was in your custody. Smiley face. And then it says 4.5 stars, winky face at the bottom.
What if she got released for doing like 30 years and because she just murdered someone?
Right? She just slit a guy's throat.
Yo, I know.
What kind of intense jail is this? It's on an island, apparently. Like Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah, what did she do?
West Shore.
So you know how we have this image of Canada being like this like super peaceful, awesome place, right? My professor, like when I was taking psychology, he's a Canadian, and he worked at a insane asylum out there, and he said that the patients, there were some guys that were just like pretty much like serial killer kind of thing.
I thought you were going to say they're major huggers.
No, but he was like, it's because this is all happening in Canada, and you don't expect these kind of things to go down, but like,
He's like, those patients in the insane asylum, they were so rude.
I know, right? No, he went to one of the like one of his patients there. The reason why he's in there is because, well, this is the nice part, but I'll get to that. But he went up to a house and he knocked on the door and he's like, "Can I use your bathroom?" And they're like, "Fuck off," right? Which is not very Canadian, right? Mm-hmm. And then so he's like, okay. So he went into the barn. He got some barbed wire. He opened the door again, and then he wrapped it around the guy's neck and basically choked him out with it.
Whoa.
And then he walked into the police station. And this is the nice part. He was like, "Yeah, I killed somebody." And then he went in. You know, he was administered. But I was like, damn, what a nice killer.
Wait, that part was
It's
nice?
a nicer version of a killer.
He turned himself in.
No, but he wasn't nice to the other guy.
He probably apologized as he was doing it. Sorry.
Sorry. I just wanted to use the potty.
Yeah.
What did she do?
Crazy. So I don't know, and the jail won't say what she did because then it would give clues as to who she is, and she's trying to be anonymous. So they're not trying to like reveal.
So
her
something
identity.
bad then.
something very unique.
Yeah, very unique, I guess.
For protecting her privacy, I suppose.
Biggest maple syrup heist in the history of Canada.
Could be.
At the beginning of the card, almost sounded like they had like a fivesome or something. Like, you 4 jailers just banged me so good.
That would be a pretty good porno.
That's what it sounded like.
Jail porno is always interesting because they always have to have a scene where a guy sticks his dick between the bars and then they have to suck it on the other side. Yeah.
I saw that on Ratched,
Oh, okay.
On Ratched? What's that?
the Netflix show with Sarah Paulson.
Oh.
You can see penis on the Netflix show?
I don't know if you saw penis, but there was a character who stuck his dick through the bars and then he got a blowjob.
Yeah.
So it does work.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It's like a glory bar, not a glory hole.
Yeah, it's definitely not a glory hole.
Because you could see everything. But they do have. It's a good placement to hold while you're getting sucked.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
I wonder how uncomfortable it is to stick your dick through a glory hole.
Yeah.
Because your face is smushed against a wall normally.
Well, you
right?
don't do it like that. You gotta do it like this.
You can't wear a hat. You gotta put the hat
You
sideways.
gotta put your cheek on, and you gotta put your hands on the wall.
No.
Good tips. I need to write this down.
That's true. If
Well, it depends how wide they are, like the spaces in between the bars. 'Cause then you could probably fit like your face.
Dude, we should get a glory hole expert to come in for that.
that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Like you might not recognize me like this, but maybe like this.
That's funny.
A jailer or a glory hole expert?
Both.
Both, and then we can have the mask together. And then
Where would
try it
you
out.
find this glory hole expert?
Oh, come on.
Where do you even
You
find
go to the
glory
adult
holes?
video store and you start asking questions.
Yeah.
Where do you find glory holes? Have you ever seen one in person?
No, of course not.
They're all in bar stuff. I don't know.
I assume every rest stop has those.
Me too.
Yeah,
Every one of those truck rest stops, I feel like.
just put one through that rest stop bathroom.
But that's
And
because
is
of
it-
movies and TV mainly. I've never seen one.
Me neither.
So then, what's usually on the other side? A mouth or a butthole or what?
Mouth.
Hopefully mouth. You hope it's not a butthole.
I know. You just never know what you're gonna get.
That's funny.
It might be two men's room. Who knows?
Oh yeah, probably a lot of it is.
I thought it was
is
guys.
from that. I think it came from a lot of that.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was guys with guys.
It was like repressed, like religious people who like did it anonymously so they didn't feel as bad.
So glory hole was a men and men sex kind of thing.
That's what I always heard.
I watched a Clint Eastwood movie and I that's what my understanding was.
Well, the ones I see usually stars a lady with many different cultures that go through the hole.
And they're really fucking hot too, right?
You think any of them ever stop halfway through and they're like, "You're not very good at this. I'm gonna turn around and stick it in the other hole."
Oh, there's multiple holes?
Both sides.
A lot of competition in that particular lure. That's good though. That keeps the girls working hard.
It's like a whack-a-mole but with dicks.
So is there like a little money slot or
In my
are
scenario?
they making money off of this or?
No, it's all because they want to do it. They put their whole heart into their performance.
I don't think they do it for charity. I think they're paid actors. But that's just my take on it.
And the real ones or the pornos?
I didn't know there were real ones. That's why I'm kind of confused. Like when Steve was talking about they used to do this like in real life.
So they still do, I assume, but there's a Clint Eastwood movie I saw where they had this in it, and I was like, oh shit.
What happened in the movie?
It was in the 70s. Clint Eastwood was an undercover cop, and he like infiltrated like part of the gay community to find like a serial killer. It was pretty good.
Because I was like, I didn't see that in Gran Torino, but yeah.
No, not in Greene.
All the Asian gangs.
a lot of
It's like, dang, man, what, I missed that scene, dude. I didn't see that.
yeah.
I never saw that movie. I hear it's really good.
Have you guys ever been to like a hostel, like in Europe?
I don't think they got glory holes, though, do they?
I don't know. I just always think of like these shady sexual places, and I don't see them because I'm not like going to these parts, but I am interested.
The red light district.
Yeah, I've been to red light just to walk through, but I've never seen like. But that's also kind of like mainstream. Like that's something that's like part of their tourism, you know. I'm talking about like the more like underbelly of parts, like which gas station are you gonna find the glory hole at or what?
That's like someone you need to know in that area to be like, take me to these.
You need a local.
Remember, I told you guys I went to that sex shop to buy some condoms?
Like that kind of place.
And I was like, oh, it's a special video store, but there's a lot of guys coming in and out of the rooms.
You never asked?
I don't want to. It was scary.
There was no noises coming from the rooms, was there?
Maybe they finished fast.
But
Or
wait,
they were
is that-
soundproof.
Can I ask, like, is that anything that you guys ever thought, like, okay, maybe a group of guys, like all the bachelors, like all single or whatever, and then I want to go check places out like this in my area, or when we go on a trip as a guy, like, let's go find something like this.
But the
Is
one that I went to, they were, they weren't ladies.
Why were you confused with the whole, like, glory hole then? If
You were literally there. You were there.
No, but it wasn't a glory hole.
It was like a, what? A
do you
biker gang
know?
thing?
It was.
I know, how do you?
I think it was a brothel.
Oh.
I think it was like a sex ring. Like I don't like glory holes like when you stick a dick in the wall. I mean, I didn't know that.
Well, that's what you assume it is.
What?
That it stick a dick through a wall. We don't really know.
Or that it's a
necessarily.
brothel. It
That's
could
right.
have been stick a dick in.
Okay, so what I witnessed was a transgender sex brothel. Yeah, so that's why I was shocked because I was like, wait, first of all, brothels are illegal, and I didn't even know what was happening because everything was just like, what the fuck?
Aren't they legal or something in Vegas? Because don't they have the Bunny Ranch in Vegas?
I wasn't in Vegas.
Oh, I thought you said in Vegas.
No.
Oh.
It's in Nevada, but not legal in Vegas.
Oh, okay. No, for some reason I thought you were talking about in Vegas.
No.
But that's what I'm talking about, because these things are everywhere.
Yeah.
You just got to know where to go.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking because it was like it was like everyone there knew except me. Like it's one of those places where it's like you don't go there to actually buy lingerie, condoms, and like it's not a real adult store. That was the front. That's when I was like, oh dear.
Have you ever been getting a massage and then you get the happy ending?
No.
See, I've always heard about that too. You gotta know where to go, I guess.
Oh.
I do know of people who have had that happen, but in like Japan.
But you know that it's happening because there's a menu.
I see. Yeah. They don't just start grabbing you?
Maybe if you just didn't know, it's one of those places. Because that happened to my buddy.
I've heard of that happening.
Yeah, so he was like, man, my back is killing me. I gotta go, I gotta get a massage. And then so he found a place on Yelp. And then he went into the spa. And then he's like, everyone's getting massaged like in a big group out in the public. And he's like, I'm kind of shy. So let me get like a private room. And he asked them, do you guys have any like private rooms? And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. So then while he was like changing in a locker room, they busted out this folder. And they're like, do you like any of these girls? And he's like, yeah, they're hot. And then they're like, which one do you like? And he goes,
Which one's licensed, though?
well, he didn't make the connection that it was one of those places because it was like people, like families were getting massaged there. Like in the general room.
Wow.
You know how like when we go to those places, like whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when he like looked at the Yelp
yeah, it was
page, he
regular
didn't
people.
look at the comments, the reviews or anything?
No, I mean, he was just saying that it was highly reviewed.
Yeah.
And then it's just that I guess the whole front of it was they did both. He didn't know.
Right.
And then so when he saw the girls' pictures, it just didn't connect in his mind that they were going to send a cute girl or anything like that. He just thought that the guy in the locker room was like, do you like these girls? Do you think they're hot? He's like, yeah, buddy. Like, he thought it was one of those conversations.
Funny.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, which one?
Yeah, and then so he goes to the private room, the girl comes in, and he's like, oh, you're kind of cute, right?
You look familiar from a folder I just saw.
And then so basically she just did one of these, okay, turn over. And then she started just touching his dick, and he was like, oh, what the hell? Well, I guess I can't stop now.
Wow.
And then after he finished, he was like, can I actually get a massage because my back hurts? And then she laughed at him, and then he was like, fuck, man.